How's it going, folks? Dave Brown back here with the New Populist. Thank you again for joining me. Today, I want to talk about the state of the Trump campaign because the last couple of weeks, following the obviously the assassination attempt against Trump, I've seen a lot of hand wringing, a lot of pessimism coming from Trump supporters, which I find to be concerning because at this time in the race, as compared to 2020 and 2016, Trump is actually doing better if we were to look at the polling, much better, in fact. Back in 2016, he was 7, 8, 9, 10 points behind Clinton. Same with Biden in 2020. Here we are in 2024. Trump is either leading or tied with Kamala Harris in the polling. Yet I see so many people, supposed Trumpers, wringing their hands, worried about the state of this election and worried that Trump will lose. And of course, in an election, it's always possible that your person could lose. Trump could very well lose this election. But acting like the sky is falling, considering all the data points we have, I'm shaking my head going, what's going on here? Why are so many people freaked out and paranoid? Is it because the media is doing such a great job at convincing conservatives and Trump supporters that Kamala Harris is this unstoppable force? Is that what it is? Is it a natural pessimism that Trump supporters have, looking at the system, which I can kind of understand, especially considering 2020 and some of the irregularities that happened there with that election? I kind of understand that. But the level I see so many Trump supporters, getting to as far as being in this frenzied panic and this self-inflicted paranoia, I don't quite understand. And it's hard enough battling the left and Democrats and the system without battling ourselves. And right now, I kind of feel like we are battling ourselves and shooting ourselves in the foot by being doomers and always screaming that the sky is falling. That's what we seem to be doing right now, which is funny because right after the attempted assassination of Trump, all of these commentators on the right said this in unison: the election's over, Trump's going to win. And just a week and a half later, I'm hearing the exact opposite. Oh my God, Trump can't win. Oh, it's over. Harris is going to go. She's going to pick this great VP candidate, Josh Harris, and it's all over for us. That's what I'm hearing now. So why the big change in just a few days? And that's concerning. That's frankly ridiculous. Every election cycle, you're going to have your ups and your downs, and we know the media is working overtime to astroturf the Democrat candidates' popularity, which is what they're doing right now. They're astroturfing their popularity. They're going online and just wiping out everything they can from the past that makes her look like an idiot, which is a lot of stuff. And they're trying to rebuild her, rebrand her, reconstruct her. And we're seeing it happen in real time with our own eyes. So we know it's going to happen. We see it happening. We should expect these things to happen. You don't freak out over it. You roll with it. That's part of what, we conservatives have to deal with every election cycle. The media doing what they do. So if we know that this is going to happen, that they have these tricks, we should just expect it and roll with those punches. And we're not even at the Democrat convention yet. They got to nominate her. She has to start campaigning. At some point, there's going to be a debate between her and Trump. So much can change. So much can happen over the next 3 months that to get down or start freaking out at any one point because of one little bump in the road is just pointless. And that it feeds us this negative energy that gets bigger and bigger. And that's a problem. You need positive energy when you're campaigning and when you're trying to win. Always doubting yourself and always focusing on negative things does not help. And I see a lot of that right now. And, some of that happened back in 2016 as well, when Trump was 10 points back, allegedly in the polls. People are going, it's over. He can't win. Now, luckily, enough people didn't pay attention to that, and he did win. And then 2020, well, we had the pandemic, Black Lives Matter, mail-in ballots, and a lot of irregularities on election night. And even despite of that, Trump only lost by 100,000 votes over 3 states. That was it. It was a tiny, tiny margin, and he just narrowly lost with all those things that happened previously in the previous 6 months, with the pandemic and everything else. So it's not as dire as people are making it out to be right now. And in fact, comparatively, he's in a lot stronger position. And I've said it before, I'm convinced that when Harris actually has to campaign and go to the Midwest states and talk to blue-collar workers, I can't imagine it's going to go well. She just had her campaign down in Georgia with the rapper, and she's up to saying these idiotic lines and trying to be black. It's very cringeworthy. So she's going to connect with those voters in Georgia, but she has to go to Wisconsin and Michigan and pull out people from the suburbs. And I'm not convinced that she can connect with those people. Of course, her campaign is going to do everything they can to limit her weaknesses, which is going off script, doing interviews with journalists who might actually question her. So they're going to keep her, tightly wrapped to make sure she can't get too far out to one side and expose herself for what she is, which is a complete moron. So that's what they're going to try to do. But at some point, she has to try to get to those middle-of-the-road voters. And when she does that, I don't think it will go well. Not at all. And that's where Trump does have an advantage when he goes on when he has his campaign events and he goes to places like Butler, Pennsylvania. So because of the nature of politics in our system and the way things are, every election is going to be close. There is no guarantee of a winner. Trump could win. Trump could lose. Yes. But again, getting excited, freaking out, second-guessing every decision. Is J.D. Vance the right guy? Why did you pick J.D. Vance? Are they going to drop J.D. Vance from the ticket? That stuff is nonsense. If it comes from the left, I expect it. But when I hear some of that nonsense from the right, I go, what are we doing, guys? Do you ever see leftists do that to each other? Just sit there and, I'm freaking out. No, they're like machines. They just march on forward. They get their instructions from the mothership, and they keep marching. Now, it's kind of pathetic, but at the same time, they're always on message, and that's effective as far as elections and getting your message out and working together to achieve a goal. And so in some ways, I have to respect Democrats for doing that, even though I go, my God, you guys are the Borg. Whatever the mothership sends out to you guys faithfully repeat. And it's just incredible to see it. But again, it works at some level, which is why they do it. Meanwhile, the right, we're all sort of going off in different directions, and we're not coordinated enough. And we need to be a little more coordinated, or at the very least, stay away from the negativity and the pessimism, because it's infectious. You get too much of it, and it just spirals out of control. So hopefully, you people out there with these negative attitudes, knock it off. Politics is tough. Nothing's easy. There's going to be bumps in the road. Keep on soldiering on and get the job done. Let's get it over the finish line in 2024. That's it for now. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.